Here with the Digital Digest, and today I'm reviewing pool robots from Aiper, something a little bit different. These were furnished to me by the manufacturer for review purposes, but this is not a sponsored review. So I'll include a link in the description for those of you interested in ordering them. And what you're looking at here is the Scuba S1 Pro, and on the right we have the Surfer S1 Solar Pool Cleaner. A little under $1,000 for the S1 Pro, which pretty much does it all, and then around $300 for the Surfer S1, which is ideal for cleaning the surface of your pool. So basically a complete package between the two of these, starting with the S1 Pro again on the left, which I will give you more detailed views of it. This has 100 gallon per minute suction power. It has a dual filtration system that even can capture ultrafine particles, large debris, small debris, even they're claiming sunscreen and oils can be captured by that dual filtration system. Also, we've got 4 different pool cleaning modes that are inclusive of the pool floor, walls, and water line. The Eco mode will allow the S1 Pro to clean your pool 3 times a week at 45 minutes. App connectivity is there. It's got quad brushless motors, cordless and easy to use functionality. I'm going to show you the power brick in a moment. You know, the manufacturer talks about their one-touch operation. Really, this is going to be a top-of-the-line machine for anyone with a pool. That's the bottom line here, and at close to $1,000 it needs to be. Now, one thing I'll also mention is that recently Aiper did launch an even more expensive flagship, but this one should still do an amazing job. It also has infrared obstacle sensors, something that should be ideal for my pool since I've got bar stools there, which all pool robots always get caught up on. The S1 Solar Pool Cleaner, on the other hand, again, designed to skim, has a really large basket. Their whole pitch there is energy efficiency because of the solar panels, which I'm going to give you a close-up in a moment. And really, with this tandem, as I mentioned before, it's a set it and forget it solution that should really clean out the entire pool. So let's take a look at the units. I think that's appropriate at this point, and we'll get to actual functionality in a moment. So as you can see with the Surfer, well, first of all, the paperwork that Aiper includes, 2-year warranty on these machines. So from a support standpoint, Aiper's been in the game for a while. I anticipate that you aren't going to have any problems with getting support, and that's part of the reason I was happy to review these when Aiper offered to send them over. Now, the S1 Pro comes with this hook. You will need it in order to actually grab on to the robot when taking it out of the water. This is the way you're going to get it, attaching it to your own skimmer pole. So keep that in mind. Now, with the S1 Pro, I mentioned the 4 sensors. You can see 2 at the front. There are also 2 at the rear. It's got a full brush system to essentially get to all the debris. Now, the actual power button right here, all your modes, the top mode there, if I can get it in frame, is going to essentially take care of cleaning the entire pool. The one on the right is going to do just the bottom. The one on the top is going to do just the water line, and then I believe that is Eco mode right there. So that pretty much covers it all. Now, to get into the basket, I'm going to go ahead and turn this guy around, and you can see right here this blue release. That gets you into the basket, and let me turn this around even more so I can get clearance on this. But once you open that up, you have access to your basket, and of course, see what that looks like afterwards. And there's that secondary filter right there, which is going to be the other component that they were talking about with the dual filtration system. So let me just drop that right back in, close that up. Power port right here at the back of the unit. It does charge. It does take some time, but it has a really long run time, so that makes sense. Your rear sensors right there and right there. And then if I flip the whole unit around just to give you a look at the bottom of it, you can see where all of the action happens. So as you can see right there, essentially all the different brushes, the front and rear brushes as well, and then of course where all the debris are going to get picked up. Seems like a real sturdy piece of equipment, and we're going to see how well it actually works. Now, before we get this in the water, let's go ahead and also take a look at the Surfer. Power button on the Surfer right here. or rather, that is the play button. That's what will make it go. Power button to the right, charging port to the left right there. So they're all in an array right here. And then this little button here, you press in order to release, I believe this just pops up, I thought. There we go. So it just slides right off. And that gives you access to its overly large bin for waste, for debris, again. So go ahead and pop that out fairly easily. And you can see that whole storage bin, which is really, really large for this. So go ahead and throw that back in. And let's go ahead and close it up. And let's get these guys in the water. And with the Surfer, I wanted to show the sensors as well. You can see at the handle portion, we have 4 sensors handling all of the direction essentially. And then there are adjusters at the feet for obstacles in the pool. Just a lot of smart engineering going into this product, much more than you might expect from a skimming robot. So now I just wanted to give you a quick example of charging. As you can see, the S1 Pro has a blue LED that's active right here. That means you have a full charge, and that's because, well, it's been charging. You can see right here, I've connected the port, and after some time, it will go through its full charge cycle. The same applies with the Surfer S1. You can see right here, I've also got that connected at the rear, right next to its play and power button. You have a LED notification here. It's blue. That means it's ready to go. So pretty straightforward. With the S1 Pro, you can see we've got a full power brick. With the S1 Surfer, it's just a wall wart with a proprietary dual pin barrel style connection. And that's pretty much it from a charging perspective with the S1 Pro and S1 Surfer. So now it's time to get the S1 Pro and the Surfer S1 in the water. So let's go ahead and start with the S1. We're going to go ahead and press the power button for about 2 seconds. It's on the all cover mode basically. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that in the water. Make sure it actually gets in there. Let it do its thing. And you can see it's already begun. Doing a little scanning. I'm not being serious, but it is looking at me right now. Of course, the dog has decided to join the chorus. So I'm just waiting for the Aiper to get its bearings, to get started. Looks like it's finally taking a seat. And the 2 motors just kicked on and it's beginning. Now again, this is going to be doing the horizontal water line, the surface, everything essentially. So should be interesting to see how it goes. Let's go ahead and get the other guy in the water. Again, the Surfer. Essentially, we're just gonna power it on. Hit play. And I believe that's it. Maybe a single press, that's it. Go ahead and get it in the water. And there we go. And now they should be working in tandem. And basically, as I've been saying through the course of this video, you now have a little dynamic duo to take care of both basically every element of your pool, from the water line, as I've mentioned, the S1 Pro will take care of, to the surface with the Scuba S1, a lot of S1s, but they're focused on essentially hitting the pool from every angle. And keep in mind, my pool has an in-floor cleaning system, which is not something you see every day. Fairly effective, but still something that absolutely requires another touch of maintenance. And I anticipate that these two are going to deliver exactly that, as the Surfer just took off, just doing its job to take care of the surface. And I do have some accumulation in here intentionally because I was in between machines essentially. So this delivery by Aiper couldn't have come at a better time. And we're going to see exactly what the before and after ends up looking like when the S1 Pro and the Surfer S1 are done with their respective jobs. So stay tuned for the follow-up. And here you can see it coming up to scrub the water line. This is one of my favorite features. Maybe not so much for the pup, but for the pool. Definitely one of the best features of the Aiper S1 Pro. Really being able to clean the entire water line, do so intelligently, and at least it appears to really be mapping it out. So exactly what you would want from a pool robot if you intend to really get the entire surface scrubbed, which is ideal for shocking the pool, not just keeping it clean, but anytime you have to shock, add any other chemical that really requires the pool getting a good scrub. Again, one of my least favorite, and it should be yours too, things to do for pool maintenance is actually having to scrub the pool, brush the entire pool. That's generally what you have pool companies do. But with something like the S1 Pro, you have the ability to avoid that cleaning nightmare. As you can see it coming up right now to do its thing. You can see those two sensors in the front. There are two in the rear, brushless motors, ultrasonic sensors. It really does seem to put things together quite nicely. So we'll be back. So as you can see, the S1 Pro has finished cleaning for this cycle. The LED is red, indicating that the battery is exhausted, ready to be recharged, and it has parked itself at the side of the pool, which is exactly what you want one of these robots to do when it needs to be retrieved. And it's done an excellent job consistently so far in the time I've spent with it. The S1 Pro has done solid work maintaining this pool for me. And then the other unit I've got in the water, the Surfer S1, is in the distance, actually right near the most powerful skimmer in this roughly 20,000, might be a little bit over 20,000 gallon pool. And that skimmer has the best suction. It is the closest run to the pump. The other skimmer I have right over here does not get anywhere near the suction. And so, you know, initially I thought maybe this wasn't going to do that much, the Surfer, because after all, I don't necessarily have a lot of debris on the surface of my pool since the skimmers do their jobs. But what I've learned over the course of spending time with the Surfer is that whenever I get a lot of debris, either from lawn work, storms, just when it rains, a lot of debris comes down. This is just making my life easier, far less trips to the skimmer basket to do a clean out. So definitely very happy with that. I've adjusted the 4 feet on the Surfer so that it won't get caught on the bar stools at the cabana over there. So it's just done a nice job really keeping things clean, taking care of the surface, something the S1 Pro is not capable of. And really that's its whole purpose. So I'm going to get it out of the water so you can see exactly how much debris it's captured because I was kind of in shock. And again, that's the beauty of this device, is that when I'm concerned with bad weather, anything that really inclement weather brings to the table, I know with the Surfer, my life is going to be made a lot easier. So let's get it out of the water. Great battery life on it, especially when the sun is shining with those solar panels. And that's another thing with the S1 Pro, you know, that other mode it has, the eco mode, so that essentially it'll do 45-minute runs cleaning your pool for a full week, I think is awesome. If you go on vacation and you know you don't want to come home to a pool that instantly needs to be shocked, I mean, that's what you potentially get out of having something that can constantly condition your pool, and 45 minutes will do that. So let's go ahead and right now I'm just going to hit the power button here, or the play button, I should say. So that stops it. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit the power button so it's turned off. Going to open this up while it's in the water. Actually, you know what? I'll remove it. Now, this is very lightweight, so this is something where, you know, let the water drain. I lean it along the actual edge of the pool so as to not, you know, make myself have to deal with all the weight. And let's just go ahead and open this up. So you just press in the button. It slides. You can see there is the basket, and there is a ton of debris in there. So let's go ahead, let me open that up right now so that you can see exactly what we're talking about, because it is totally loaded. I mean, I'm kind of shocked that there is that much in there, you know. And the good thing about these is that they are really easy to clean. The fine mesh, you basically just need a hose of some kind. In my case, I've got a shower head I'm going to use, so I'm just taking it over here. You'll see that right now. Go ahead and throw on the light right here. And you will see immediately so yeah, let's just take a look at what's inside this basket right here, because I know it is loaded. Whoa! It just shot out. I mean, this is all, or rather, this has all been skimmed from the surface. I mean, and yeah, this is a few days collected, but here I thought my skimmers didn't need assistance, and yeah, you can see it now. So really, to empty this out, I'm just gonna go ahead and dump it in the brush and then give it a rinse, and that is the whole deal. So I just pulled the S1 Pro out of the pool using Aiper's included hook for your pool skimming pole, and now I am going to go ahead and empty the chamber. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. Again, you're just gonna release the back, pick it up, and well, looks like we have quite a bit of debris. So now Barclay's investigating the secondary filter for us, but as you can see right here is that secondary filter, and it looks pretty dirty. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean that out. You can see right there, it's picked up like a combination of what I would say is loose Pebble Tech plus maybe stuff run off from the roof, stuff like that. So now we're looking at a time lapse of the Surfer S1 and Scuba S1 cleaning the pool. And you can see it took several runs. In fact, I think it was a total of 6 or 7 for the Scuba S1 to eventually completely clean the pool. But you have to keep in mind, I had weeks of storm debris in the pool. Even though I have an in-floor cleaning system, I had no active robots picking up the slack, and I was really blown away by how quickly the S1 was able to fill its debris bin. Ultimately, that was the only thing holding it back from continuing to clean the pool in less cycles. You may also notice that the Surfer S1 occasionally gets stuck on my bar stools, but I was able to rectify that by lowering the adjustable feet on each end. I was also really impressed with the fact that at no point did the Scuba S1 get stuck on my pool steps or on my bar stools, something that pool robots generally are notorious for getting into trouble with. So again, kudos to Aiper on a great job, both with the Scuba S1 and Surfer S1 really cleaning up everything perfectly. Just a great job all around. So you saw what the pool looked like before I put the Aiper Scuba S1 Pro and Surfer S1 in the water. Now you're getting a look at what things look like afterwards. And I have to say the product is very impressive. Every inch of the pool has essentially been cleaned. Again, I love the fact that I really don't have to brush the pool in order to shock it anymore, because with this tandem, I know everything is going to get cleaned up exactly as it should. And the S1 Pro is still doing its thing over there, but as you can see, really just brushing at this point because there is nothing but conditioning the pool surface to do. So I love that we've got the all cover mode where the S1 Pro will clean literally every inch of the pool. But the one place it can't get, the surface, that's where, again, that Surfer just takes over and picks up the slack from your existing skimmers, if you have them, of course, with your in-ground pool. In the event you have an above ground, then the Surfer is going to do even more work for you, potentially. But again, couldn't be happier with this post product from these two bots, and just glad that Aiper sent these over and that I don't have to worry about my pool looking great and of course being sanitary all at the same time. So now I'm back with my final thoughts on the Aiper Scuba S1 Pro and Surfer S1. The Scuba S1 Pro retails for a little under $1,000 US. The Surfer S1 is a little under $300 US. And what I can tell you is that in the several months that I spent with these two units, they've done an excellent job. They've exceeded my expectations, and they really have kept my pool clean and done so in a fairly effortless capacity. And I think that's one of the critical points. Now, when it comes to longevity, Aiper does stand behind these robots with a solid warranty. I can't really tell you more than what I've experienced in the few months, but it's all been positive. When it comes to the S1 Pro, it just does a great job cleaning every inch of the pool. Granted, the one place it cannot clean is the actual surface of the pool, and that's where the Surfer S1 comes in hand, and I've kind of been shocked, surprised by the performance of the Surfer. I really didn't expect it to play that large of a role in cleaning the pool, because after all, my pool is in ground. I have 2 skimmers, but as I've mentioned through the course of this video, one of my 2 skimmers has a lot more suction than the other because it is the first or closest on the run to the pump, and it's shared with a water feature. All of those things mean slightly diminished skimming capability, and that's where the Surfer S1 has just blown things away. The little feet that Aiper has brought onto this are great for obstacle avoidance besides its actual sensors, which again did a surprisingly good job. And then the solar panel on the top really enables the Surfer to just keep running for most of the day as long as your pool has adequate sun exposure. So impressed with that. Easy to access the actual chamber, as I've shown. This one is currently filled up yet again, and this was something, you know, at first I've got an in-floor cleaning system and all this stuff, so I really didn't know how much I was going to be using this. But of course, with time, I found out fairly quickly that this actually is a great cleaning system, especially when used in tandem. So something to be aware of. You can see the debris is filled up in there, not to the point that I'm going to dump it yet, but still really impressive, easily removed, easy to close up, and really lightweight. Now, again, with the Scuba, on the other hand, 4 sensors around it, really high suction rate, really high on the gallon per minute ability to pull, which is what you want, of course, as long as it does so intelligently and really cleans the pool. And this guy does that. So whether you want to go with an all cover mode, so it's going to do the water line as well as, of course, the bottom of the pool, basically hitting everything, you've got that. If you want to just go with the floor of your pool, you can do that. And of course, if you just want to do the water line exclusively with their patented water line tech, you can do it. And it does a great job in all 3 modes. Even with my bar stools, I did not have any issues that are really worth mentioning, which is surprising because most robots like this cannot handle the stools at the cabana bar. And then the last mode, one of my favorites, is the eco mode. Drop this in the pool with a full charge, and over the course of 7 days, it will do 45-minute quick routine cleanups to make sure that while you're away, your pool does not turn into a swamp. Build quality seems really good. The access to get to the debris bin, really easy. Again, that dual filtration system. Aiper has done a great job with this, as well as the Surfer, and I'm just really excited to see what comes next. You can see these machines have gotten some wear and tear, as they should. Quite frankly, if you're seeing videos where they don't look like this, well, then you have to wonder, how much of a stress test have they been put through? And well, I absolutely have stayed true to my end here on making sure that both the Scuba S1 Pro and Surfer S1 could actually meet my needs. So I'm excited to see whatever else Aiper sends my way. I see they've got some new models rolling out, and you know, we'll see if this is the first of many, but either way, glad they sent these over. So again, thanks to Aiper on not only making some great robots to keep the pool clean, but sending them over so that I could share them with all of you. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post them at that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe, and please stay safe. Later.